About 35 kilometers from the city center, Alheri Special Community is located at Yangoji in Kwale Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory. The inhabitants of the community are mostly people affected with leprosy, and their physical looks speak volume of how much they have suffered from the disease. On arrival, we are received by the head of the community, 65-year-old Isa Ali, popularly called Sarki amongst his subjects. Is the oldest and one of those that started Alheri Special Community. In 2007, the then government under President Olusegun Obasanjo decided to relocate people living with disabilities, particularly those affected with leprosy, who were formerly living around Durumi area of the Federal Capital Territory. That decision was aimed at sanitizing the Federal Capital Territory and providing decent accommodation for this set of people. Alheri community started with just about 90 people, but today the community has over 600 inhabitants.
Over 90 of us, including women and children, were brought here. Every male adult was given 2 flats with kitchen. At that time, we also used to get some financial assistance from the government. I used to receive 6,000 naira, while my other colleagues were given 4,000 naira each. But that has stopped now.
Many of the people here have lost their limbs, and so fending for themselves becomes a big challenge as hunger stares them in the face. Sometimes they resort to begging, but even that comes with a price.
Whenever our members go to the city center to beg, they get arrested by authorities. I have to go and bail them out. Sometimes I pay as much as 10,000 naira or 5,000 naira to secure their bail.
The stigmatization from the society is also a major source of concern, even for members of their families who are not infected with leprosy.
Some people are looking at us as if we're leprosy people, children. They are even hurting us at times, say we are leprosy children. So at times they will come, even our food, now things to collect their hand, they will be feeling somehow to collect so that they will not affected the leprosy.
Inadequate basic amenities is another challenge in Alheri community. The only healthcare center in the community is ill-equipped to cater for their peculiar health needs.
If you come to this hospital, we don't have anything to do it because they told our people say we don't have drugs, we don't have any attention. He writes a paper to you to say make you go and chemist to buy or go to quality primary health care.
Pregnant women are at the risk of losing their lives, not being able to access healthcare services when they need it.
Truly, women in this community are suffering. We need our healthcare center to be equipped, and we want the government to also post professional doctors to the center.
Although there are hand-pump boreholes in the community for water supply, they are not enough to meet their daily water demands. Some of the facilities are no longer functional. In the area of education, there are only 2 blocks of 6 classrooms which cater for just the basic levels of education. Many of the children in Alheri community are not able to go beyond junior secondary school as their parents cannot afford to send them to other schools. At the inception of Alheri community, the government built over 90 houses, each of which is a flat of 1 bedroom. But the buildings are deteriorating, the roofs are leaking, and their places of convenience are in bad condition.
We want food, we want our families to be taken care of, and our houses to be renovated.
However, non-governmental organizations such as the Leprosy Mission are helping to provide succor to members of the community.
One very important thing we also do for them is, because of those who come very late and they have amputations, we provide prostheses, artificial legs for them free of charge.
The World Health Organization reported that more than 200,000 people were infected with leprosy globally in 2016 alone, and according to the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, over 3,500 people get infected with the disease every year in Nigeria, with about 25% of them going on to develop physical disabilities. Dr. Sunday Udo is a medical practitioner, and he believes the situation could even be worse.
Every day, before the day runs out, 5 new persons will get leprosy in this country. And among those 5 persons, children less than 15 are part of them. And that simply means, like because leprosy is infectious, they simply got that disease from the environment.
However, he says although leprosy is infectious, it is not transmissible through personal contact with people infected.
You can be with them, you can live with them without even getting the disease. Leprosy is not sexually transmitted. Leprosy is not hereditary. So it means a mother who has leprosy cannot transmit leprosy in the womb to the child.
Efforts to get the government's view on the situation at Alheri community proves abortive, as the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Disability Matters, Mr. Samuel Ankeli, would not grant us an interview. For now, the residents of Alheri community only hope for a day when their plight will receive the attention of the government. This young generation of inhabitants of Alheri community have hopes that someday they would become people that would be reckoned with in the society. But that depends on how much opportunities the government is willing to extend to them, especially in the area of quality education and quality healthcare services. From Alheri community in Kwali Area Council of Abuja, Emperor Simon, Channels Television.